Hello, blessings, guys. This is High Priestess Jamila. So I am here to do a warding divination and just a little talk publicly. Spirit wanted me to come on here and do something publicly. This is for my collective. However, they wanted me to come and speak about the granddaddy of wards. So, basically, to those of you that don't know, if you have someone attacking you, if you have someone praying against you, if you have someone praying against your downfall, if you have someone attacking you unprovoked, maybe some kind of special situation, okay? Or if you are just being randomly attacked unjustifiably, and or you may have people that may be obsessed with you, maybe possibly throwing things at you, some kind of situation that involves spiritual warfare. This is what I call the granddaddy of all spiritual wards. And basically what this one is this is a ward that wards off other enemies' wards. So basically what it does is it disempowers other enemies' wards, whether or not they are using a jar ward, a ward in a bowl. They may have railroad spikes. They may have annuals. They may have certain things posted on their doors. If they are attacking you and they shouldn't be, pretty much this ward will ward off the enemy's wards and disempower it, because there are some people that will attack and then they'll hide behind some kind of spiritual ward, or even worse, they'll do what is called a siphoning ward. Okay, now there are certain circumstances where a person may feel justified, and some people are justified in possibly defending themselves, okay, in certain situations. However, people have their own level of understanding, and there are some things that people can do spiritually to where they go too far, or the energy is just not matched. You know what I'm saying? For example, someone may throw death and destruction and sickness at you just because you don't like them. Or it could be a situation to where you may have gotten involved with someone else's significant other. The person may have lied to you, and then the person's significant other is now attacking you with death and destruction. Okay, those things, even though they're unfair and unjust, unfortunately they can still work. Okay, so pretty much this is what that ward would be good for. In particular, if you have someone that won't leave you alone, this ward will not only automatically send back whatever they're sending, but it will also transmute what can be transmuted. But also, this particular ward specifically, very specifically, um, wards off and disempowers enemies' protections, as well as any spiritual wards that they have. So we're going to actually do another session today. I have the god Kronos is sitting here. We usually work with Kronos on Friday alongside with Aphrodite. And then on Saturday, we work with our gods of the sun along with Kronos. And then sometimes I work with Loki. Okay, it depends. Okay, as far as like for my astrological planetary work. Right now, I have um, a ruby zoisite sitting on top of it, but we're going to go ahead and look at the reading that I did. Now, again, this ward is for my collective, okay? So it's for my collective, which would be loved ones, myself, the business, family, things of that nature. Okay, children, grandchildren is what I mean by family, and just loved ones and people that, I care about. Okay, so there's a lot of herbs in here, and then also there's quite a bit of stones in here. Nothing else needs to go in here because nothing else is going to fit in here. Okay. All right. So basically, I did do some divination, and this is messages for pretty much my collective. And so, looking at some of the cards that I got, and we're going to go over here and look at the cards now. Okay, so if you are in my collective or in my Pluto retrograde group, okay, or if you are a client or patron of Divine Services. So basically, what we got was the Ace of Cups in the inverted position. We got the Seven of Swords in the upright position. We got the Five of Wands in the upright position. We got the King of Wands in the inverted position. And then we got the Ten of Cups. Now, also another thing, coincidentally, I threw a few of my Love Oracle cards, and the Love Oracle cards actually gave somewhat of a repeated message, however, with more information as the cards. So we got the Breaking Point card. We got the Obscurity card in the inverted position. We got the Bluff card in the inverted position. We got the Karma card in the upright position. We got the Apology card inverted. We got the Realizations card inverted. And then we got the Healing card. So somewhat of a similar message. However, the Love Oracle is giving us more information. I do like to leave my cards inverted if they come up inverted. Pretty much means the same thing. However, the cards that are inverted lets me know what I need to address immediately. Okay. So first of all, this Ace of Cups that comes up in the inverted position. This is where this ward is wanting to bring some kind of breakthrough or a new beginning. Okay. However, this is what we need to work with the ward to do. Okay. And so this is exactly what we're going to do to bring through that breakthrough. Because there definitely does seem to be blockages that do involve more than one person, possibly a group. I do have a couple of clients who are dealing with groups, also loved ones close to me that are dealing with groups. Okay. And so, but I do feel that the ward is saying that we warded off some psychic attacks. Okay. Also, the Five of Wands comes up in the upright position, stating that what is being warded off is some kind of negativity or strife. However, what the ward wants to do, whoever this King of Wands is in the inverted position, this is a manifestation of someone that is deeply devoted and willfully trying to bring misfortune. Okay, misfortune, and trying to throw those energies of just nothingness. Okay, just trying to create misery, trying to create strife, trying to create just unhappiness. And but then the Ten of Cups comes up. So that's actually one of my spirits is in that Ten of Cups. And so what I will be doing is I will definitely be calling to that spirit. Of course, I will be doing that off camera. Okay. So basically, the divination is showing me exactly what is needed, exactly what the ward is doing, which it's definitely doing its job, but it is recognizing that we need to put some fire into it and we need to put some intention into it. Okay. This particular ward, was lit up. It did have a candle over it, but now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to consecrate and wake up the intention of the ward when I am done here. Okay. Now, this breaking point card comes up, and so this has something to do with relationships. Okay. Something to do with love relationships. And so there's a lot of people that I feel like breaking point is where um that is the end of a negative cycle that is coming up. And I do believe that all of these cards are pointing to that date. The obscurity card and the bluff card coming up in the inverted position. I believe the reason why they are inverted like that is because something has gotten removed. Something has unveiled itself. Okay. Something that was being hidden, some kind of truth that is coming out. And so, like I said, this particular ward, everything, right? Everything. Like you can definitely see in the ward where there is probably, I believe, 2 or 3 petitions inside of this ward. Okay. And so, one of the things that this ward is protecting us from and banishing is lies and deception. So, I'm really, really happy about that. Okay. Now, this karma card comes up in the upright position. And so, I do feel as though the ward has warded off someone trying to use you or somebody, okay, maybe several of us, to repay some kind of spiritual debt. Yes, that does happen. So that's actually a very big deal that this ward did that, okay? So if you are one of my clients or somebody in my collective that is having a hard time sleeping, you should be able to sleep a whole lot better after hearing this message, okay? And if you're somebody out there that has that kind of thing going on, you guys can contact me because actually, once I do my summer solstice group, I'm actually going to be creating another ward that does the same thing, which will be a new one, still utilizing this existing ward, but I am going to create a larger one, okay? Because I have some larger jars that can be used to do another one, okay? But this is where Spirit is definitely saying, especially you see that crescent moon in the background, and we're actually at a crescent moon. Last night I was actually outside looking at the crescent moon, and it had a lot of smoke around it, just like in this picture. So this is really, really uh I don't describe, confirmation and synchronicities as eerie, but it's more so as a confirmation. So I do feel that this is very important. This right here is very important. Somebody trying to use somebody else to pay off their karmic debt. Not a good thing for people to do. Not even necessary, but people still try to do it. Okay? Now, a lot of you guys that come to me for spiritual services, to get cleanses, to get hex breakers, reversals, to get help and healing, things of that nature, that is exactly what you're doing. But you're coming to me, and I am somebody that is an expert at knowing how to handle and settle your spiritual debts without having to pay with my life or the life of my loved ones or the life of my clients. Okay. So if you are someone that is in my collective that may have had some kind of karmic debt to pay off, whether or not it was yourself from a past life or ancestral, we have been burning ancestors' money as well. And we have been doing a lot of outside work in nature. That karmic debt is paid. Okay. And I think that it is very important for you guys to know that, because what the mind wants to do is the mind wants to hold on to it. So I think that that coincides with this Ace of Cups. If you're doing it to yourself, if you're self-inflicting yourself and you're having to do things over and over again. Of course, yes, it could be somebody that doesn't like you, that is trying to purposely bring up something, or give you negative karma, or to continuously bring up negativity, whether or not it's justified or not. This is a sign that the ward has essentially taken care of that. Sorry about that. My camera thingy went off the flash. Okay. So the apology card comes up in the inverted position, and the realization card comes up. So what that tells me is that a lot of you guys are waiting to hear somebody to acknowledge some kind of wrong, and you guys want that wrong to be righted. um, I think that the ward is definitely saying that there could possibly be love work that needs to be done. Possibly, I feel like that card coming up in the inverted position could obviously mean that maybe perhaps your judgment could have been skewed. Maybe the person didn't do anything wrong and you thought that they did something wrong. So maybe you just need clarification. You may be just utterly convinced that somebody has done something wrong to you that they didn't. So that's what that Seven of Swords can sometimes be about. It can definitely be about deception, but it can also be about, especially next to that Ace of Cups, is maybe a misjudgment. So always make sure that you are correct about what you think someone has done, because there's a lot of people that jump the gun. The ward is definitely, telling us that that may be something that you're wasting your emotions on and that you need some clarity. Okay. So the realization card is about epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. And so a lot of you guys, the ward can't protect you from that. You know what I'm saying? It can help you gain that clarity, but the ward cannot protect you from things that you need to know that you may need to work out in your own head. Okay. Now, last but not least, the healing card comes up, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. So I feel like the ward is definitely saying, hey, we are clearing away a lot of this stuff from, because this person right here, whoever this King of Wands is inverted, this is definitely an adversary. And again, it's not necessarily pointed to a specific person at all, but rather this card is a manifestation of anybody that could be connected to any of us, to any of you, me, us, that just basically has it out, for us, or for you, and just doesn't have your best interests at heart, and has nothing but malice. I do feel that this 10 of Cups is stating also, oh, 10 of Cups is saying that things are going to work themselves out. It's in the upright position, especially depending on what you guys are wondering, especially when it comes to relationships. I know that we are getting ready to go into Cancer season. If you have already been working with me and you have been having a hard time, with getting a job, manifesting bills, I know that for me, I am going to be moving soon. A lot of you guys, this is confirmation that you are getting ready to manifest a job, manifest a home, and everything's going to be okay. Something's going to come through. However, what I wanted to go back up here to say is that whoever this King of Wands is in the inverted position, they have like a serious jealousy and a hatred. And so this right here lets me know that I am going to, in unison with this ward, wants to work with my evil eye deflection working that I already have put into place. So this particular jar, when I put the candle back over it, it is going to be joined up with the evil eye jar that I have. Okay, I have like tons of jar workings. So so I'm going to grab it and make sure that it is, sitting next to it, on top of it, close to it. Okay, so that they can work together to get an extra boost to ward off the evil eye. Okay, so I just, I like to have things prepared so that, when I get direction from spirit, that I can just grab it and keep it going. And my evil eye jar working is really good. It's, set up to work for anybody that I need to. In fact, I think I want to grab it real quick. If you guys, I'll be right back. All right, so I actually have a couple of different evil eye jars. This is one of them, and I think this is my newest one. So this is the one that is going to work side by side with the ward because it needed a little bit of help. Because this right here, whoever this King of Wands is, inverted. It could be a water sign. It could be an air sign. It could be a earth sign. We didn't get any earth cards that came up, but it possibly could be. Definitely a fire sign, water sign, air sign energy. So this will be alongside it, okay, working with it. And yeah, so I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Okay, so my evil eye jar is pretty interesting. You see that big piece of devil shoestring in there? Yeah, pretty good stuff right here. So anyway, all in all, I'm actually pretty happy with this particular readout, especially being that there was no major arcanas. Doesn't mean that that can't change. Right now, you guys know that I do this full time. So this is kind of what I do for my job. So I have nothing else to do but to sit here and do this stuff. And so this is what I do for a living. And so this is it. And so I'm pretty happy all in all with this particular readout that we got. And what I am going to do is simply sit here and get these particular jars to going. Okay. And we're going to actually move this ruby zoisite off of it. And we are going to get the candle lit back over it with our evil eye jar. Okay. All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up. Say hello to Chronos. And also, if you guys need to reach me, you can visit divineservicesapothecary.com. Okay. All right. Blessings to you guys and have a happy Friday. Bye-bye.